Spanish was like the best.
Okay, so there's a couple different ways that we can do this.
Okay, I'll just wait.
Yeah, just wait a minute. What? No, you go ahead. What do you want to do?
Well, is this the one where you can just do the thing where you can pull the power in the front?
It is, but we would have to foil it first.
So I foiled it first.
Yeah, foil it first.
I tried to do the 1D2.
Okay, well let's do it both ways. Even though Taylor's not here, we'll do it both ways. So let's do the product rule first. So that is the first one times the derivative of the second one.
5u to the 4 times 4u.
I tried, but
Plus
I just foiled it.
the second one times the derivative of the first.
No, this is 1.
Oh.
No, because if it's a negative and you subtract 1, you get a bigger negative number. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3, not negative 1. Okay? Yeah, that's going to be your problem. And then this is down because now to simplify this, we'd have to FOIL twice. So it'd be way easier to FOIL first, which is what we'll do in a second. First times first is 5u to the second. Outside times outside is negative 4u to the negative 1. Inside times inside is 5u. And last times last is negative 4u to the negative 2. First times first here would be negative 2u squared. Outside times outside is negative 3u. Inside times inside is positive 4u to the negative 1. And last times last is 6u to the negative 2. Okay? Definitely should have done it the other way. Yeah, like I said yesterday, the moral of the story, always simplify first if you can. All right, so the u squareds combine to make 3u squared. The u's combine to make 2u. The u to the negative 1s look like they cancel. And u to the negative 2s will be plus 2u to the negative 2. Okay? So it ends up being that. So yeah, we probably should have FOILed first. So if I do that up here, first times first is going to be u squared. Outside times outside is, that's convenient, negative 2. Inside times inside is also u squared. And last times last is negative 2u to the negative 1. Okay? And then we can combine our like terms there and get 2u. Uh-oh, I did something wrong.
Isn't it u squared?
Isn't it what?
First times first.
Oh, okay, thank you. Something was not going to match up with the other answer. So that's u cubed. Yeah. So then there's no simplifying that I can do. Okay, so the derivative of u cubed is 3u squared. The derivative of negative 2 is 0. The derivative of u squared is 2u. And the derivative of negative 2u to the negative 1 is positive 2u to the negative 2. Okay, so simplify first. And then do the one. Okay, now what? 43.
Oh, yeah, I didn't understand.
I didn't understand.
43. Find the derivative of p.
I know, they just get, isn't the derivative just the first one?
The derivative
A to the
would be like n, 8, and I think something like that.
Yeah, this works pretty easy.
This stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, because we learned this series all calculus before.
Yeah, I know, Reed, that you're making up a test, but if you can kind of keep one ear to the board, and if we do anything wrong, just let us know. I'll give you a little.
I'll check you
yeah,
guys.
just make sure. Okay, so I don't know why they're asking this problem, but you would just take the power and put it in front, so it's n times a to the n times x to the negative 1, right? Plus, yeah, n minus 1, n minus 1 times a to the n minus 1 times x to this would be now n minus 2. And then you just continue on that pattern. until you get down here 2a2x plus a1. So that added. Is that what it says in the back text, basically? Yeah. Do you have a stamp on your hand?
Well, it's washed off.
Oh, sure, it's washed off. Take that ad off.
Don't be that teacher.
Am I that teacher? Do you think that's me?
I got a severe bruise on my hand. There's a little black smudge.
If you
Which
make
one?
Jefferson take his hat off, Vancouver's gonna riot.
54. Find an equation of the tangent line and the normal line to the curve to the given point.
Whatever.
Oh, 54 was specific.
Because we did it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Just want to refresh.
All right, so this is a little bit gross because we have to take the derivative of 1 plus 2x to the third. Now, we did come up with that fun little rule on the worksheet, okay? So if you can remember that. What's that? Oh, it's squared? Oh, good. That makes it easier. Then you could do it that way. I think we'll go ahead and simplify first. So 1 plus 2x times 1 plus 2x is 1 plus 4x plus 4x squared.
I don't like it.
You don't like it what?
I was reading backward. I don't like it.
Oh. Okay, good. Good. The plan is working. We're teaching you to develop math OCD. Okay, so the derivative of that is. Oh, you're going to go the other way. All right, 8x plus 4. All right. So that's the slope of the curve at any given point. Right? Yeah, so now if we want to find the slope of the curve at this particular point,
Plug it in.
then we're going to plug it in. Yeah. So the slope at 1.
Kind of makes me up that it doesn't equal 5.
Right, and that is a challenge. You're going to have to start categorizing in your head which is the original thing, and which is the derivative, and what do I plug it into when. Because sometimes you take it and plug it into the derivative, sometimes you take the answer from the derivative and plug it into the
Wait. So that's a slope of the equation.
So that's the slope of this curve at this particular point. And so if this is some sort of a quadratic, right?
Yeah.
So let's say it looks like this. And so if you look at the point, 1, 9, which is on the graph, so that's going to be somewhere, I don't know, up here. What this is saying is the slope of the tangent line at that point, 1, 9, is 12.
So now you can make the equation.
Right, so now we have to make an equation of that tangent line. And so we know the point is 1, 9. We know the slope is 12. So y minus 9 equals 12 times x minus 12. Yes. And then they would also like you to come up with the equation of this normal line. So that's going to be y minus 9 equals negative 1/12 times x minus 1. Yeah.
No, they're different equations.
Different equations. This is the equation for the tangent.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, what I'm saying is, though, like, I got that, but then I added 4.
You added 4 just because you felt like,
Well, no, because it's in the.
oh, yeah, we don't care. All the derivative gives us is the slope. Once we know the slope, we're done with the derivative. All right?
President of Korea Connor says 57.
President of Korea?
King of Korea.
King
No,
of Korea?
no, we're not doing 57.
Oh, sorry, I have here.
Why would I do 57?
Because
Never mind.
he's doing 24 hours.
We need to do 61 same.
Okay, the answer to 57, the first
Okay,
derivative is 4x.
we're kidding.
Minus
We're
14x
kidding. We
squared
didn't
plus
look
16.
at it. We didn't look at it.
Put some effort into it. No wonder your country's in such bad shape.
Oh.
In a constitutional monarchy, parliament has all the real power, so don't be blaming the king.
I feel like they have a president.
True. Okay, 60 what? Did you look at it?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
I
a
did.
good president.
61.
Yeah, no, you take the.
The president's a female, that explains why Korea is so.
That's kidding.
Yep.
And then one after that is silver.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well,
So
that's-
for part A, want the velocity, you take the derivative of the position. So that's 3t squared minus 3. And if you want the acceleration, you take the derivative of the velocity. So that's 6t. Okay? So then if you want to find the acceleration after 2 seconds, you plug in 2, and you get an acceleration of 12 feet per second per second. And the acceleration when the velocity is 0, so you have to figure out when the velocity is 0 first. So we set that equal to 0. And then if I solve that, I get that t equals plus or minus 1, but we're talking about time, so time can't be negative. And so then I just figure out what a of 1 is negative 10. Okay?
Why'd you give us 86?
I don't know, I just been following what the guidance was.
Compared to all the other ones.
I know when I wrote 86 on the board, I thought, wow, that is
I
the
know.
farthest number we have gone to all year.
It's like 102
There's
problems.
102 problems. I should have assigned you 1 through 102.
That would have been
Multiples of
the derogatory term.
We're doing your homework for you. Okay, anything else?
86.
I wrote it down.
86 is still out of the ballpark.
I'm good. I can't look at the next page right now. I can't glance over it.
It's really explained my asterisk.
Yes.
I'm probably off the things that were wrong. I think so. Teachers give me.
It's so easy though. You just do
You take that.
No, you take. No, I'll do it.
No,
Okay. So here's what we got going.
Some people take that.
We have the general form of a quadratic, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And we want to figure out the values of a and b and c so that when x is 1, at the point x is 1 of our parabola, the slope of the tangent line is 4. And at the point x equals negative 1 on our parabola, the slope of the tangent line is negative 8. And we also need our parabola to go through that point 215. Okay? Hopefully you have sort of a vague inkling of an understanding in your brain that if you're going to solve for a, b, and c, how many equations do you need? 3. If you have 3 variables, you need 3 equations. Okay? So this is going to give us one equation, this is going to give us another equation, and that's going to give us a third equation, and then we're going to solve them all simultaneously. All right? So if I know the slope is 4 when x equals 1, what do I do to start with? What is the answer to all questions in calculus?
Take the derivative.
Take the derivative. So the derivative is 2ax plus b. Okay?
That looks fine.
Remember that the derivative is the slope. So now I'm going to take the slope and plug it in for y prime. And I'm going to take 1 and plug it in for x. And that gives me the equation 4 equals 2a plus b. Okay? Then I'm going to do the same thing, but instead I'm going to use negative 8 for the slope and negative 1 for my x. So this tells me that negative 1 equals negative 2a plus b. Okay? And so before I even mess with the third thing, since something so exciting happens right here, I can't even go on before I mess with this. 2a and negative 2a, if I add those together, they will cancel. 4 plus negative 8 is negative 4. So I know that negative 4 equals 2b. So b equals negative 2. If b equals negative 2, what does a equal?
Yeah, 1.
3.
3. If I plug in negative 2 there for b, add 2 to both sides, 2a equals 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Or you could plug negative 2 into here, add 2 to both sides. Negative 6 equals negative 2a divided by negative 2, and you get a equals 3. Okay? So we're almost done. We just need to figure out what c equals, and that's where this last thing comes in. So now we know that b is negative 2 in this equation here. We know that a is 3 in this equation here. We know that x is 2 in this equation here. And we know that y is 15. Okay? So the only thing that will be left for us is c. So 15 equals 3 times 2 squared plus negative 2 times 2 plus c. So all I did there is I substituted 15 in for the y, 2 for both of the x's, 3 for the a, and negative 2 for the b. So 15 equals 4 times 3 is 12 minus 4 plus c. So 15 equals 8 plus c, so c equals 7. Okay? So final answer is y equals 3x squared minus 2x plus 7. So this is a parabola that has a slope of 4 when x equals 1, a slope of negative 8 when x equals negative 1, and passes through the point 2,